Welcome back to theCUBE. We are here at Boomi World 2026 in Chicago. It's night one, the night before the big event kicks off tomorrow, and the energy here on the floor is just insane. So much music, so much happening. Joining me now is Patricia Moore, AI Field CTO and Innovation Lead at Boomi. Welcome, Patricia.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, AI Field CTO, I mean, what an interesting title, right? Like, you are front line in this crazy wave at this mad moment. Maybe talk to me a little bit about your role. Like, what's an average day like for you?
There is no average day, so I spend a lot of time on the road talking to our customers and partners, helping them understand what it is that the Boomi platform can do when they are trying to implement these agentic solutions. Like, they want to implement AI, they want it to be impactful, they want to see ROI for their AI, and so my job is to help them get there.
So we're at a time when every company is an AI company, right? And it's definitely a catch-all phrase. What do you see? Like, what are the signals? Who really qualifies at this moment you're in right now? And what does it take, do you think, to really become an AI and agentic company?
Good data, right? So it starts with trust. You have to have context in order to have that trust, to have agentic solutions that are actually going to deliver value. And so first of all, you need your data to be connected. You need your systems to be automated. You need to make sure that you have not just connection to your data, but metadata underneath your data. So data that describes your data, if you will. So really making sure that your systems are understanding what you're asking it to do and have access to the systems that are going to be able to inform it to make the best decisions. So the idea behind artificial intelligence is that there is intelligence, right? And in order to have intelligence, you need to have the right information.
So we have come through a wave in tech where there was one set way, right, to manage data. We know how SAP was fed, we know the ERP model, and most CTOs and CIOs spent a lot of money building that whole structure, right?
Absolutely.
Now we're being told the motion and shape of that data isn't fast enough, speed isn't there. How do you handle these conversations with clients on the ground? Like, what needs to change immediately in order to ensure that we are actually feeding these models and getting the most possible bang for our buck when it comes to agentic AI?
I think the first thing is that customers feel like they're already behind. And so you don't want to go in with that mindset, right? You are in motion towards the goal. So the first thing is just use that momentum. So find the quick wins. Find those smaller use cases that you can build confidence within your business, and recognize that the things you've already built, those are assets, right? So don't think of those as sort of like sunk costs. You've put the investments into these systems, and the beauty of Boomi is that we're vendor-agnostic. So we want to help you access that information where it lives. We want to help you cleanse that data. Just because the data isn't in order today doesn't mean that we can't help get it in order to get you to where you want to be.
And let's talk about some of what you're seeing around those legacy applications, those legacy API feeds. What is changing from the perspective of how these models and workflows are being structured? Like, how does the world of agent to agent fundamentally shift from the world of system to system?
Well, I think the first thing is really like that context, right? So when you have agents making decisions without a human in the loop, they need to understand the things that aren't normally documented. So let me give you an example. If you had a system that wanted to make a list of your active customers in order to act on that segment, you would need to know what is the definition of an active customer. Now, if you asked the finance department, they might tell you a customer that has spent a certain amount of money within the last 90 days, right? But if you ask the operations department, they might say an active account is someone that has been in the platform in the last 30 days. If you ask the sales department, right, they might just say an active customer is anyone that has already signed on the dotted line. Now you can imagine those three definitions are going to feed you back different responses. You need to make sure that that data is backed with metadata so that when the agent is making decisions, it can understand who is asking those questions to pick the right data, the right active customer to take action upon. So I think the difference, right, is when you have humans in the loop to do that logic and reasoning, you don't have to think about what is the data that's not documented. In this new agentic world, we have to think about how do we take that knowledge that has historically sat within our workforce and document it somewhere, whether it's in business glossaries or elsewhere, to be able to feed that to the agents.
What about this scenario whereby the agent just decides itself? It says, you know what, I'm an expert. I'm going to tell you who your top customers are. How prepared are some of your clients and customers for that scenario? And what can you truly do to defend against that?
So we do have a solution called MetaHub that is going to address this data beneath the data issue, right? Creating what we call that semantic layer. But also, we want customers to be able to feel confident with what they've built already. And so we are figuring out ways for them to move those pieces that they've already built into orchestration so that they can feel confident that the things they've already done with Boomi carry over into this new era.
And when we think about the world of legacy tech and the enterprise of yesterday, right, and this moment we're entering into, how do you guys at Boomi think about the competitive advantage you have and that you have been front and center of this, evolution for quite a while, right? You guys have so many customers over so many now decades.
Yeah.
How does that position you for the future of Agentic?
Well, I mean, we have 30,000 customers around the globe. We've learned a lot from watching the patterns of how they're using our platform to integrate your data. And so in addition to just integrating data, we help you master and clean that data so that you're feeding the correct information into those integrations to feed your AI agents. We're now helping our customers build AI agents.
Yeah.
And so on top of that, they're building the agents, they're governing the agents in the platform. We've taken the same things that we've learned from API management and applied them to agent management. So we're helping our customers not just build solutions, but govern those solutions. And that's where the confidence comes in, right? A lot of the questions around activating AI and autonomous systems is around a distrust of what it is that the systems are going to do. But we've given them the right platform to trust the data, but to build guardrails and to have governance and transparency and monitoring so that they can see what the agents are doing and make alterations if that's needed.
And you mentioned building an agent, right? But we hear a lot about swarms of agents, armies of agents.
Yeah.
How real is that? How much of that are you actually seeing at the enterprise level right now?
Most companies are not there yet. Most companies are still trying to get their feet under them. And so I think we will get there, but I think we also can't boil the ocean, right? You need to pick those use cases that are going to be those quick wins to build confidence. First, you're going to automate. You're going to learn from those automations so that you can agentify, if you will. And then once you build confidence in those agents, then we can start talking about multi-agent orchestration, right? You have to crawl before you walk before you run. And we're helping our customers at every stage of that journey.
Patricia, we're here. It's night one. There's a couple of days to go yet. I'm certainly looking forward to being in Chicago and the great food. What are you looking forward to most over the next couple of days?
I am looking forward to hearing from our customers, tell our other customers what they're excited about and what they've been doing over the last year. I know we have a lot of really exciting announcements to make from the stage, but I think what I'm excited about is hearing it from our customers and partners.
Great, well, us too. So looking forward to hear what happens on that main stage tomorrow. Patricia, thank you so much for coming on theCUBE.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Gemma Allen here at Boomi World 2026 in Chicago. We are talking all things data and the future of Agentic for Enterprise. Thanks for watching.